Joyful, joyful Monday. Happy, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Instagram world. Happy Monday. Out there in the cyber world. Hopefully you guys' Monday is going off to a good start so far. I see my partner down there. Come into the room, come into the room. It is 11, a little after 11 on Monday, February 3rd. Hello.
Hi, beautiful. Hi, hi, hi.
Happy, happy Monday.
Happy Monday, sis. Happy Monday. Let's
We
get
made
this
it.
started. Hello, hello. No first 48, no snapped. None of that has happened.
You wasn't looking for me like, where is Dr. Banks this morning?
Okay. All right. All is well, my friend. All is
Well,
well. So
nice to see you.
nice to see you too. Seriously, from my heart. I just love seeing your beautiful smiling face. So thank you.
Yes, and I was sending you lots of love this weekend. And
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
this is, like I said, this is for us
Right.
as much as it is for others.
Right.
So I definitely look forward to this Monday mindful connection.
Yes.
And if you're new here, Frankie and I, Frankie is the wonderful international certified life coach, specializing in helping us get through our transitions of grief and loss and just so many developmental areas of growth.
Right.
And she and I have connected over these last couple of months, and we've been giving you these mindful tips and tools, and we've been answering your questions to the best of our abilities.
Right.
So just thank you, Frankie, for your time, for your
Yes.
insights. It's been helpful for me personally. And I know it's been helpful for others because they keep asking questions
Right.
and they keep coming back.
Right.
Just so you know, your answers and your input and your feedback is always so helpful for me, and I get so much out of it. So thank you.
No, I say thank you so very much, sis. You have absolutely no idea how blessed I am that I had the privilege to just connect with you here on Instagram. And I feel like I've known you since forever, and I hold you so dear to my heart. For those that do not know, Dr. Banks, and you correct me, but she is a licensed family therapist, and she's doing more than just family therapy. She is helping out in the community. She has all kinds of things that are just going on. And I'm so just in awe of you because I'm like, you have family, you have work, you have all these other things going on. And I'm like, how is she balancing all of this? And you are, I just want you to know from my heart, I think that I know, I don't think, I know that you are a phenomenal human being. And I just love you, and I'm blessed to be on this particular part of our journey together. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Well,
Yes.
yes. Okay. So,
Yeah.
where do we want to dive in today? Do you want to take the first question and then answer, and then I can take the second and answer? Or how do you want to do
Sure.
it?
Let's do that because I think that this time around for this one, these are a little bit more of, and if I'm wrong, correct me,
Mhm.
questions for us to reflect upon, right? So I did not come up with any set answers to this per se, but I will be answering them as we go through it. So the very first thing that we have here is, what is one boundary I need to reinforce to protect my peace this week?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
And I love this one because, and that's why I wanted to go first.
Okay. Let's go.
Because one of the boundaries that I identified when I first read this question was taking control of my time, taking control of my space, right? I think that as women in particular, we are so busy with so much, and people are pulling us left and right, and here, there, that sometimes we get off track and we lose sight of what exactly we are here to be doing on a daily basis, on a regular basis. And so, for me, one of the boundaries that I am practicing, not just today, but every day going forward, is safeguarding my personal space, safeguarding my time, saying no to things that I do not want to be involved in or participate in, and saying yes to things that I do, and just being conscious and cognitive of where I'm putting my energy. So that is a boundary that I'm working on this week, and I will continue to work on. So there's
I
that
love
one.
that. I
Right.
love that. And yeah, I agree. Boundaries are essential for your mental well being,
Right.
right? And you need to reinforce them. I say this all the time. A boundary is not a boundary till you have to reinforce it.
Right.
When you create it, it's just your boundary, but it's
Right.
not actually a boundary until something happens where
Right.
you have to enforce it and you have to say no to those extra commitments or set limits on your social media usage
Right.
or protect your emotional space by distancing yourself from negative energy.
Yes.
So yes, the first step is to create that boundary,
Right.
but the real exercise is in enforcing it when you need to
Right.
enforce it. So I love that. Okay.
Yes.
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 Well, for me, the question that I have, how do I speak to myself? And is it with kindness and encouragement? And it's so funny because one of the activities that I did in the Teen Talk, the first session that we had this weekend was about self talk and
Mhm.
how self talk shapes your self esteem and your confidence. So if you notice harsh or critical thoughts, we talked about affirmations and replacing them with positive affirmations. Like instead of you being critical, man, I messed up, you
Right.
can change that to I am doing my best. Or, man, I never find love and I'm always failing, I'm always messing up. If you're judging yourself critically, you can change that to I am worthy of success and I am worthy of love. So speaking to yourself with the same compassion that you give a friend is key. So I speak to myself with kindness and encouragement and compassion, but I also notice my negative self-talk. We have thousands of thoughts. We're always thinking. Our ego is set up to be in survival. So we're always judging people, places, and things. So you're faking it if you're saying you're not judging yourself.
Right.
You're not judging others, that you have nothing negative to say. We all have
Right.
self-critical thoughts pop up. My thighs are too big, my hair is messed up, my makeup not looking good. I need to lose the extra few pounds or whatever. So I have a practice when I notice me saying something negative, man, I'm always messing this up. You know what? I'm getting better and better. I'm learning and growing. I'm doing the best that I can. So for every one negative thought that I catch,
Right.
I replace that with three affirming thoughts
Ooh.
because it's like my mind is a garden. So if I'm pulling up this root of
Yes.
this negative thought that I'm not good enough, I want to implant more positive thoughts. I'm pulling out this one root, but I want to in positive thoughts three. So if there's one, there's three. If there's two, there's six. I'm making sure that I'm, conscious and aware of my self-talk always. And I'm catching myself and I catch myself throughout the
Right.
day.
No, I love that. And I love the fact that you're replacing the one with three or two with six. That to me is like, yep, that's a good way of looking at it. I think this too, Dr. Banks, is that in our society, in our world, we are inundated with nothing but negative, right? You can't do this, you're too big for this, or you can't come here, you can't fit in here. I think that if we are not paying attention to what we're saying to ourselves, um, we are going to stay in that cycle of I can't or I won't succeed or whatever that negative talk is. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that one. Replace that one negative thought with three
Yes,
positive
because it's
ones.
just it's just
I
like
love
you're
it.
doing triple.
Right.
So that's not if you have one
I
thought,
love that.
triple it up with
Right.
things that are more positive, that are
Right.
more inspiring, that are more encouraging. And the more you practice that, the easier it will
Easier
be
it
to
gets.
cultivate that. These are practices
Right.
that we are talking about. We're not giving you tips and tools to just work for
Right.
today and then just leave it alone. These are things that you have to put in place and practice consistently
Put in the
to be
word.
able to reframe, those negative thoughts and those
Right.
boundaries that we're trying to put in place.
Absolutely. 100%. So thank you for that. Yes.
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 All right.
So then the next one is, what's one small way I can slow down and be more present in my daily routine? This one, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I need to practice it. I need to learn how to slow down. And I think this is, again, we are so busy with so much, again, especially as women, that we take care of everybody else, everything else. And then we say, if I have time, I'll, take myself to, go get a nice warm bath, or I'll take myself and go get my nails done or my toes done, right? No, I think one of the ways that you can slow down and be more present in your daily routine, this is going to sound really crazy, but to put yourself first.
Mhm.
Put yourself first, right? There's nothing wrong with taking care of your husband and taking care of your children, taking care of your job and taking care of your friends. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I also feel this is that if you're not taking care of yourself first, it's really, really difficult to pour from the empty
Yeah.
cup, right?
Yeah.
Right? So make an appointment. Put it on your calendar. Here's something that I did, and we're going to get into this, I'm sure, later too. But something I did was made a calendar, and I know Dr. Banks, you are famous for a multitude of calendars. Again, my brain cells can only handle two at most, but I put on the calendar every single day an hour of just Frankie's time, whether it's going to yoga, whether it's going to Pilates, whether it is just simply sitting still and reading a book. I segregate an hour out of my day every single day, depending on what my schedule looks like. But there's an hour where there is no interruptions. This is just Frankie time. So I think that's one of the small ways. And if you say that, oh, I don't have an hour, yeah, you do. Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. You
And though,
do.
wait a minute, you can also break that out hour
Right.
down too.
No,
If
that's
you're
true.
saying you don't have a
Nah.
consistent straight hour, because
Right.
we have solutions here, we have no
Right.
excuses. If you
Right.
do not have a straight hour where you feel like you can take
Yeah.
Frankie's time or time for you, replace it with your name,
Right.
20 minutes in the morning,
Right.
20 minutes in the
Good
afternoon,
point.
20 minutes in the evening,
Yeah.
that will add up to that hour
Hour.
of your time. So
Right.
we sometimes we have to break it down.
Right. No, and that's a good point. That's actually a very valid point and a good point. And I also wanted to say it doesn't even have to be an hour, right?
Right.
Just take some time in your day to schedule you in. You take time scheduling everything else in. Schedule yourself in on your calendar every single day. So that is one way, a small way to slow down, right? And be more present in your daily routine.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I love that because I am like priority pole. Like I am the priority. I'm a firm believer in alignment.
Yes.
And alignment means the source that
Right.
created me,
Right.
that powers my heart up, that
Right.
my blood is flowing because of this eternal source that powers me up. And then
Right.
it's me because I came into the world by myself. I
That's
slid on
right.
in, and it's me, myself, and I.
Say
I'm looking
hello.
through my eyes.
Right.
I'm walking through my feet. I can only live this story through my
Right.
perspective. So I'm a firm believer in yes, you have to be at the top of your priority pole.
Yes.
Source, you, God, you, whoever you believe in, and
Right.
then you, and then that husband and kids and all the friends and family. So I agree with that. And then
100.
another way that I'm saying that we can be more mindful is like when you're eating sometimes I'm in a rush to eat. And then
Mhm.
I'll be more mindful and I'll really look at my food and I'll really look at the colors and I'll really use my senses and smell it. And I'll take deep
Right.
breaths when I'm
Right.
eating and stuff. So I'm more mindful and that helps me slow down when I'm eating. What can help me slow down during my day because I have back-to-back sessions.
Right.
So I will literally put down the computer or I'll be in my office opening the door an hour back to back. But in between like 1 minute, I go and get a cup of water and I'll drink that water
Yeah.
and I'll go to the restroom even if I don't have to go to the restroom. The client can wait for a second. The client can be in the office for a second, but
Right.
I will take that mindful moment.
Moment.
Sometimes I'll be having to cry real quick between sessions. So I will take that mindful moment to slow down and be
Right.
more present and aware. So even if you don't have the 4 hour, break it down and find
Be
some time
something.
for you.
Right.
For me, like every hour, I'm like refreshing in the bathroom, looking at myself, saying a small affirmation. You got this, girl. You can do it. Drinking my water, talking about I am great. I am fabulous.
Right.
So, find the time in between the time because you are
That's
important for sure.
right. 100. Thank you for the add on.
Yes.
Yes.
And the final question was, am I honoring my body's need for rest, movement, and nourishment? And I will say, yes,
Mm,
I did that
mm,
this weekend. So,
mm.
honoring your body means listening to what it needs. If you're
Yes.
feeling drained, prioritize rest. If you feel tense, try gentle movement like yoga or walking. If you're hungry, nourish yourself with a balanced, wholesome food rather than skipping meals or overeating, like when you're stressed out. So sometimes we want to just go, 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 but you have to listen to what your body is
That's right.
saying. This weekend, Sunday, I wanted to do a multiple of things, but my body was saying sleep in a little bit. My
No.
body was saying
Right.
chill a little bit. My body was saying rest a little bit. So although I have these different goals and outcomes and stuff like that, I'm also listening to my body. My mind is inundated. Your mind is often inundated with all the things. And so your body is giving you the indicators on whether it's aligned with your mind
Right.
and your emotions or not, or whether you need to take a break or reset or slow down a little bit. So I think my Sunday post yesterday on my page was about that self-care and that rest and that taking that time to replenish yourself and pour into yourself. So listen to your body. Listen to, if you're sleepy, if you're hungry, if you need more energy, listen to what it's trying to tell you, because your body is giving you that go for what your mind is thinking
Right.
about, and it's going to sustain you. So if you're sluggish, listen to your body and give yourself what it needs.
100.
Yeah.
100. I don't have anything else to add to that because I do think it's 100% important that we're paying attention to what our body is telling us. If you do need to slow down, you do need to stop. It's okay. It'll be all right. But you also need to do that exercise, get out there, walk, get out there, do something that's physical. And again, it doesn't have to be all day. It can be, like you said earlier, it can be in increments. It can be, go, like you said, a yoga class, what, an hour. I think that normally is 45 minutes to an hour. Make sure that you are moving your body. Make sure that you are resting when you need to rest, and make sure that you are in fact eating. You said something that really hit home to me, because back in the day, I would either overeat or I would not eat, and I paid for it with my body. My body was like, no, okay, you keep acting a fool, keep acting a fool, and I'm going to show
Right.
you. And my body did. My body is like, we're not doing this no more, Frankie. So learning how to balance, and I think that's the key right there, balancing your rest, balancing your nourishment, balancing your movement. Those things are extremely important. So that's good. Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I mean, your emotions and your
Yeah.
mind are in, it's the holy trinity.
Right.
This is what we're talking about, people:
Mm,
mind, body, and spirit emotions. So if your body is talking, it's really indicating what your mind is going through
right.
and what your emotions are feeling. So a lot of the times our mind might be overwhelmed and anxious, and then our knees hurt. And
Right.
then we feeling kind of like anxious in our emotions. Or you might be in grieving and in loss, and you feel sad, and then your chest pains, you have chest pains and stuff like that, and so the emotion is feeling kind of low.
Right.
So we have to look at these indicators. If you are running out of gas and your gas tank says, this is
Yeah.
full, this is middle, this is empty, and if it's going towards empty, it's telling you something. You're not going to put a sticker on that gauge tank and be like, yeah, I'm not going to go to the gas station today. I'm just going to floor it and push it and hope I get to everywhere I want to be and accomplish all my
Right.
goals and do what I want to do, and everything's going to be all right. Yeah, you're going to keep going, and you're going to run out of gas, and you're going to mess up your engine, and your spark plug's going to pop, and all these things
Amen.
are going to keep happening. So
Amen.
once again, your brain, if you're overloaded and you're anxious, your body is going to gauge that, and it's going to be doing different things. If you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're sad and you're low, your body is going to be showing you that. Your mind is going to
Uh-oh.
be intertwined. So yes, make sure you listen to your body.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
All
All right. So
right.
you want to give them a couple of tips, and then I can give them a couple of
Okay,
tips.
sure. I'll take the first two. So the first one, yeah, actually, you just talked about it, but it's to do a 5-minute body scan, right? Take a few minutes or a few moments to check in with your body, right? Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and notice any tension or discomfort. Gently stretch or move in a way that brings relief and relaxation. I love this tip because this is something that obviously you can do at, well, not while you're driving, but you can do anytime, anywhere when you're obviously in a safe space to do it. You are simply sitting down, taking a deep breath, closing your eyes, noticing any tension or discomfort, right? And doing a gentle stretch. I don't care what that stretch looks like. What I like to do for myself is my shoulders because I carry a lot of tension. I'll do this. I'll sit here or wherever I'm at and just do this for 5 minutes or 4 minutes or 2 minutes. But pay attention to how I'm breathing, paying attention to how much tension is in my shoulders, because I do know I carry it there. And then pay attention as to how it doing the breathing and doing that movement, how quickly and easily that tension starts to dissipate, right? So again, doing a 5 minute body scan, I think, is paramount because you can do it anytime during
Yeah,
your day,
yeah.
right? So that's tip number one.
And even if you were at a red light, I'll chime in. If you're at a red light, no, seriously,
True.
you can, like,
No,
if you're at
true.
a red light, it doesn't have to be 5 minutes or 3 minutes.
No,
If you're at a red light and you're noticing you have something in your girl, I get it in.
right.
Got to get it
No,
in where your tension. So if you at the red light
no.
and you notice your neck is hurting and your shoulders is, you can just, hey,
Well, see,
breathe.
I don't want people to. I don't want people to get in a situation that I got into once because I did do it at a red light and I closed my eyes and I'm just like doing this. And next thing I know, people are blowing their horn, but I'm thinking it's something else because I'm working on, relieving the tension.
A
When I
couple of
open my,
seconds would
wait,
do.
sis, when I opened my eyes, the light had turned yellow and red. And I was like, oh, they were blowing their horn at me because I'm sitting up here holding them up. So yeah, you can.
Be
You can.
aware.
Okay, right. I said just pay attention that you are still in your car because I left
Right,
my car mentally.
right.
So no, you're absolutely right. You can do it anywhere. Just be aware, right? That's anywhere. But that's good. Tip number two, and I love this one. Set a me time appointment. I love this one. Block out at least 15 to 30 minutes today for something that is just for you. Whether it's listening to music, taking a warm bath, or enjoying a quiet moment alone, treat it like an unbreakable
Yeah.
appointment. I love that one. I love it because if you set that appointment, I just made a doctor's appointment. I'm going to make that doctor's appointment. I cleared my calendar to make sure I'm at that doctor's appointment. No different. Set a me time appointment, 15, 30 minutes, whatever it looks like. It doesn't have to be 15, 30 minutes. It can be, 10, it can be whatever you need it to
Yeah.
be. But make sure that you keep that appointment, right? To where you are doing something that is just for
Yeah.
you, not for anybody else, but just for you. So I love that. Set a me
Yeah.
time appointment.
Yeah. A lot of people that I talk to, they said they can't, I don't have time to read. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You can read a couple of pages. So your me time could be scheduling 5 to 15 minutes of reading. Well, I don't have time for yoga. I don't have stretching time. Okay, well, go to YouTube and look up 15-minute brief
Right.
stretch and do 15 minutes. So, yes, it can be simply as 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because the more you are disciplined
Right.
to finding that me time, oh, you will find the time in
That-
between time.
That's
I
right.
look for the me time.
That's
The more I
right.
look for it and I cultivate it, the more time I find.
Right.
You don't have to start off with a big chunk of an hour or 30 minutes. You could literally start off with, like, this is 5 minutes of me
Right.
time. Oh, this is 10, 15 minutes of me time. And then as you continue to cultivate that habit, you can do that. And yeah, I like that. Wake up
Yeah.
5 minutes
5 minutes
early to do it.
early.
This is
Yeah.
why I wake up at
Okay.
3:30, people. This is why I wake up at 3:30, why I get up at 4, and why
That's
I'm at the gym by
amazing.
5,
Right.
because that is my
Yeah. My
time.
time.
Besides Legend, who likes to get up early, with the kids asleep. The man likes to get up too, but I'm like, you better come to the gym. You better diary journal, do some music or something.
Something.
But like,
Something.
I wake up intentionally
Yes.
so early because that is my me
Right.
time. So everything else is no, 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 no. It's a boundary. And what I
Right.
decide to do with that time is my time. And because I cultivate it so early, it just makes sense that
Right.
that's my me time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that definitely helps too.
Right. I love
Thank you
that.
for that. Yes.
All
So you
right.
don't got to be so gung ho 3:30, 4 o'clock like me. But let me tell you, the millionaires and billionaires, they are made at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
So,
That's the
you know,
truth.
billionaire banks, she gets
Okay.
up. She gets up.
I know that's right. I know that's
Yes.
right. I
Yes.
love it. All right.
So my tips would be try a gratitude walk. Go for a walk and with each step, say
Mm,
thank you. With each
mm,
step, focus on something you're grateful for. This practice not only boosts your mood, but also helps shift your mindset to one of appreciation and presence. I often say you cannot hold two mental spaces at the same time from two opposite frequencies. You cannot be depressed and grateful at the
yeah.
same time. Those two frequencies do not vibe together. So if you are sad and if you are going through something, take yourself on a gratitude walk, even if it's just 5 to 15 minutes in your neighborhood. Where
Right.
every step say thank you. Thank you for these clouds. Thank you for these trees. Thank you for the plants. Thank you for the flowers.
Yes.
Thank you for the breath in my lungs. Thank you for the ability to try again. Thank you, I was able to eat last night. Thank you that I had some shelter. Thank you that I have some people that love me. Thank
Yes.
you that I got some income coming to pay off some of these bills. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Yes.
thank you. If you are walking around saying thank you, first of all, that walk is going to give you dopamine, serotonin,
Mhm.
endorphins. You're going to get those happy chemicals that help boost your mood anyway. Second, you're moving your body. When you are depressed and anxious and overwhelmed, often we're sitting with ourselves
Right.
and we're sitting with ourselves. We're not really moving around. So if you are moving and you are out there, and then your intention and your mind, your body is moving, your emotions is on gratitude, on thankful and appreciation, and then your mind is on counting your blessings, then
Mm,
you're going to boost your mood and you're going to go back into your day. You're going to go back into wherever you were going before that walk. And you're going to be more encouraged and you're going to be more mindful that you have things to be grateful for.
right.
Sometimes when it rains, it does pour and we get a tendency to get lost in what's wrong. So
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge you to say what's right today. Take some time to count your blessings. Take some time out there to every step you take to count what's going right. What can I celebrate? What am I thankful for? What do I appreciate? What is going well? And I'm telling you, if you cultivate this gratitude walk daily, or even like 3 to 5 days a week, it's 7 days in a week. You do not have to do 7 days, but if you're doing 3 to 5 days, the gratitude walks, think about how your life is going to change in the next couple of weeks. So
Right.
that is my tip for that.
Yeah.
And then my last one is do a social media audit.
Mm,
Take a moment to reevaluate how different social media interactions make you feel. Reduce time spent with people and pages and spaces that drain your energy, and
mm,
prioritize connections that uplift and support your well being. There was one point in my timeline where there was a lot of chaos and there was a lot of news reports and there was a lot of tragedies going on. And I am aware of the state of the world. At any given moment, I can turn on the TV and I can go look for a page that's going to tell me all the things of life.
right.
But I didn't want to actually log in and see all the things of life. I didn't want to be inundated in all the tragedies of the world every time I was scrolling because guess what?
Yeah.
My mood would go lower.
Mhm.
I would feel like wonk, wonk, wonk. Even if I would be motivated and encouraged, I would find when I went on there and I saw certain things, and I'm going to be real. Sometimes when I saw certain people that was in the past that was behind that I really didn't even want to see them no more.
Right.
I do not dislike you. I do not hate you. I don't got
Right.
beef because beef requires two people. So I ain't beefing with nobody, but I don't need to see you. When
Right.
you visually see stuff, it gets into your mind, your body, and your experiences. So why would I want to see people that I don't like?
Right.
People are having all these people on no social media pages because they family, they old acquaintances,
Mm,
they friends from high school and stuff like that. want to see you.
Right.
If you was a bully in high school, why I want to see you now? If I didn't like
Right.
you in high school and you didn't like me, why do I want to see
Right.
where you going and who you hanging
Don't
with?
care.
So I intentionally had to clean up my pages because it was like, well, hello, you can see me because I don't mind that. But why would I want to see you when I don't feel that. I don't vibe
Right.
with that. I don't want to know. I don't care to know.
Right.
Namaste. I hope that you are blessed and highly favored, but I don't really want to know
Right.
and I don't care to know. So let me remove that from my visual timeline. And then what do I care to see? I
Right.
care to see inspiration, motivation, encouragement. I care to see girly girls uplifting other girls and pumping them up. I want to see kings encouraging other kings, and we healing on this mental health journey. So people ask me sometimes, hey, have you seen my stuff? And sometimes I have to say, oh, you know what? All my news feed right now is filled with life coaches and therapists and
Right.
motivational mental stuff. So I don't see it because my algorithm
Right.
is not putting certain things out. So let me go find you and let me go see it and let me go like you. It's not that I have a problem with what you're
Right.
sharing, but I've been intentionally cultivating my social media space
You're right.
so I can only see what I want to see.
That's
I
right.
will block, hide, run real quick from what I don't want to see in my
100.
space. So
Right.
I'm going to encourage you guys to, go through a digital detox,
Yes.
and if you feel some type of way when you see something, you don't have to even, there's a new feature where like you can like hide that you see them and they still follow
Uh,
you. They don't
Right.
even know that you have removed them. You
Right.
don't even got to take people off your friend stuff no more. All you got to do is hit a little button and be like, I don't even want to see this no more,
Right.
and you won't even see it no more.
Right.
But if you notice pages that pop up that encourage you, that inspire you, that motivate you, that make you want to get up and go, follow those pages, interact with those pages, bring more of that into your life.
Mm.
So that is
Love
my
it.
last tip of
Now,
today.
seriously, I just want to stick there for just a quick second. I love it because I think that's part of the whole boundary setting, right? I do not participate in anything that does not serve me. People, oh, that's selfish. That's, okay, whatever you want to call it. But I do not participate in anything that does not serve me in a healthy format. I like the fact that for me, my social media pages are, if people benefit from it, that's great. But it's actually for me. It just is. I post things, only participate in things that are uplifting and encouraging, right? If there's something on social media that just happens to come across my screen that I do not agree with or I just don't like, I just keep it moving, right? I don't need to get all crazy about it and let me see what so and so had to say to this and this. It's your choice. And your boundaries will allow you to either say yes to it or say no to it. I love the fact that social detoxing is something that we all should be participating in on a regular basis because it does get up in here.
Yeah.
I hear people say, oh, social media is just too much. And social media is fake for the most part. It just is. People show you what they want you to see, right? So I always tell people take it with a grain of salt, but also take it with the fact that you do not have to participate unless you choose to participate.
Yeah.
So I like that one. I
Well,
really do.
yeah, because it's a
Yeah,
tool. So
right,
like if it lays there, it just lays there. It's the people
right,
behind the tool. Just
right.
like if
Yeah,
if you pick up a weapon and you're protecting your family versus if you pick up a weapon and you're trying to get somebody. It's
right,
a tool and
right,
it's the person that's using the
right,
tool. So all these tools we have to figure out, how to use it so it's helpful and not detrimental. And
right.
then the last thing is, everybody is having this negative connotation around selfish,
Mm,
right? Now, let me tell you, I'm not egotistical,
right,
meaning that my concept of self is not hurting others, is not detrimental to others. It doesn't take over my every move. And so, like, I have the capacity to receive other people, but
right.
I am selfish because I'm only one self. The last time I checked, there was no other Jamila, Dr. Jamila, but me. The last time I checked,
Yes,
there's only one self looking through my
yes,
eyes. The last time I checked this morning, It was only me waking up and
Right.
putting my feet on the ground and walking in this vessel of my body, which is self. I had to get dressed. Nobody dressed me. I had to brush my teeth. Nobody brushed my teeth. I had to wash my face, pick out my clothes, put on my makeup, drive myself to work. Nobody took care of not nothing. You know, the kids said hello. You know, even if the man made some breakfast. But at the end of the day, I'm
Right.
a self.
Self.
No one can be
100.
you.
Right.
You have a right to be self.
Right.
You have a right to be out for self. You were born to self. Nobody
Yes.
else can see life through your perspective. Nobody can hear through your ears. Nobody can speak the words that come out of your mouth. So if
Yes.
you're not going to be about self, don't expect other people to be.
Hello.
Because everybody is walking around here in their own self,
Right.
living through their own
Right.
perspective. So we all should be about self with awareness that we are not egotistical, that we are not egomaniacs. So there are other people in my movie, but guess what? This is my movie. Guess what? This is my book. Guess
Right.
what? These are the chapters of my life. Nobody
Right.
can tell me how to walk in and talk it like Jamila Joelle Banks.
Amen.
I wish you
Amen.
would,
Amen.
because I'm the only
Amen.
self. So it's
Right.
okay to be yourself.
Mm.
It's okay to be selfish because you have to take care of yourself, but just do not do it to the detrimental of
Others.
others. Do not do it where it X's out people around
Right.
you and you're not caring and you're not kind and you're not compassionate, because you will get you're going to get disappointed because
Mm.
other people are going to be about self.
Right.
Your husband cannot be about you more than he could be about him. And if
Amen.
he's more about you than him, then that's a personal
That's a
problem.
problem.
Because then
Yes.
it's going to leak into you, and people are going to be walking around here bitter, you know, talking about I didn't give my life and I didn't, you know, and I gave up self. When it's
Well,
supposed to be like yourself,
that's
you're a
right.
self. We add to each other, we grow and stuff like that,
Right.
but you still have to have your individual selves to even be two, to even do one.
Yes.
And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and
I
drop the mic on that.
let's say you can drop the mic right there.
Yeah.
100%. I love what you just said because it's 100% true. It just truly is. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, we are
Yes.
going to drop all these
Yes.
questions and our tips and tools on our
Yes.
post. Frankie has some wonderful
Mm,
journals on her website
mm.
that can help cultivate that space of gratitude and appreciation that we were talking about. I too have some journals
Yes.
that will help you with your tips and tools and prioritizing yourself.
Yes.
So follow us. If you have any questions that you would like us to talk about, please message us and we will get your questions answered. We
Right.
appreciate you. Like and share this message.
Yes.
If you had a takeaway from this message, leave us a comment. You know, let us know what you took away, what resonated with you, what helped you, or what you'll be sharing and practicing
All
on.
right. And also keep in mind, if you have any questions going forward that you would like for us to address, drop that also in the comments or reach out to either one of
Yeah.
us so we can actually answer your question right here on our
Yeah.
live. So there's that.
All
Yes. I
right.
love you.
Well, we did it.
Yes. I love you.
Now
I
we're
love
off,
you. I love you.
right?
All right. On
All
to the
right, guys.
next.
Well,
All
have a great day
right.
on purpose.
Yes.
And this has been our Monday Mindful Moments, and we will see you next
Next.
week.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye.